Live from the BMW Studios, Atlanta's Inspiration Station, Praise 102.5. It is Jekalyn Carr's Family Affair. Welcome back, family. You know, I always say, you never know who's going to stop by the studio. And today we have gospel's greatness in the studio, okay? I'm talking about the one and the only Adia.
Period.
Welcome.
That was the introduction.
I'm
Thank you.
tickled. Love the hair.
Thank you. I love yours. The
Thank
red
you. Love the
always seems
lashes.
so good. Okay, period.
I love just
Anything.
everything. It's giving.
Okay, I'm
Yes,
here
on
for
a
that.
Wednesday.
Thank
Come
you.
on. Anyway, let's get right into it. First of all, can you introduce yourself to our audience, those who want to know who Adia is?
Yes. I don't know why that's always the hardest question, because, like, who am I, right? I love Jesus. I love music. I'm a singer-songwriter. I do a couple things with a couple of your favorite people, and yeah, I'm just here on assignment for real.
That was so short and straight to the point. Okay, first of all, she has written a lot of songs for a lot of people. Name the people, please.
I work with Pastor Mike Jr., Kiera Sheard. I've done some live arrangement work for Ella May. I worked on Tim, Stormzy, and of course myself.
Thank you very much. It's giving resume. Now, how did you get started? Like, take us all the way back to when you realized that, first of all, you had the gift. And then where did it go from there?
Yeah, so I was actually born into a musical family, so I don't know a house without a studio. I had that my whole life. So when I was growing up for like school projects and stuff, I was always writing songs and singing songs, and that was always kind of how I did my projects. So I've been doing it since a kid, but I was writing before I was singing. So maybe by like 4 or 5, I did my first solo, I Love You Lord Today. And then it just kind of happened from there in church, like a lot of us.
4 or 5. How that happen?
My mama. Because,
Okay.
you know, our mamas love us.
Yes.
And she said, I'm going to get my baby to sing. And I sung it, and they said the church was toe up because I started shouting after.
I'm tickled. Do you have that on camera, on video?
You know, I need to ask because they got tapes of everything
we want to see it. We want to see it.
But yeah, that was
Maybe
the
we
first
can insert it inside the interview.
would be awesome.
Yeah. So keep going.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's how everything started for me. And just from there, I mean, I loved it. I mean, in high school, I actually wasn't that good. I thought I was better than I was in like junior high and high school, but I really wasn't. So I wasn't winning the talent shows. I wasn't that. I
Well,
was
just
the one
because
that
you
was
wasn't
like,
winning, that doesn't mean you
no,
wasn't good.
I'm okay with being very
No.
honest. Hear me out. I'm the one who was cool, but I had passion, so I stayed at it. And I became greater after high school and as I stayed with it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't have just, oh my gosh, she is a great singer in high school. I was singing, but I wasn't
I
great.
don't believe that.
Okay.
Sorry.
I have proof. Now
Sorry.
that I can give.
I don't believe that because I mean,
Why
obviously,
we argue about
you are
whether
an
or not I
amazing
was
vocalist.
good?
Because but what made me say that is because you was like, I won winning the talent shows, and I'm
I
like,
won
girl,
one
forget
in
that talent
senior
show.
year, but that was in a group.
Okay.
Segue. I've always loved being in groups, though.
Okay.
So in high school, I was in a group. I graduated, and I was like, you know, I want to do gospel because it's going to put me in a box. I felt called to it, but I didn't want to do it. So I moved to Chicago, Illinois, or back to Chicago, where I'm originally from, and I was in groups like making a band type groups. So we had styles similar to Danity Kane, Pussycat Dolls, stuff like that. And that was a lot of how I started. So that's where kind of like the work ethic and all of that came from. And then my aunt passed, and I was like, you know what? I ain't supposed to, like, if Pastor Mike tells this story all the time, how he was in a club and he heard the Lord tell him, right crowd, wrong place. It was very similar. Like, I felt like my audience is who I'm around and these people, but I'm not supposed to be here doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I just said yes to the call. That was like 2012, and I've been kind of working at it since then.
I love that. I had the opportunity to actually see you perform by yourself live when you guys were on tour last year. And yeah, I was there, and you know, I was in disguise because I'm like, I want to enjoy just like everybody else. Even though I leave, I'm getting these tags.
Okay.
I'm like, I wasn't even looking at the camera.
That's actually funny. That must have been Birmingham then.
Yes, it was Birmingham.
Yep,
But look, you were performing
Okay.
and hearing you talk about, you know, the groups and things like that. So you learn a lot as far as like showmanship and just entertainment and all of that. Like, how do you combine both worlds, the entertainment and also still having substance, like, with your music and stuff?
You know what? The entertainment piece, I think, just I would say a little more natural because I just love it. I really love like the performance of artists. Like I even feel like gospel artists that like everybody performs in some kind of way. Like you are incredible to me. And you are anointed and all that, like duh, right? But you also have incredible like showmanship and a performance about you, even if you're not trying to put on a show. It's just about you have that, and so I feel like that just comes because I love it. I always want to make something interesting, but also I believe that a part of my assignment is to kind of bridge the gap. So for like younger kids who like to go to see like a Sierra or a Beyonce or this and that, I want to give them some of the elements of that show that they like. But my message is Jesus, and so.
Yeah. Because some people feel like, oh, that's not holy.
I know.
It's not right. But I think that you do it amazingly well. And it keeps the people's attention. And I think that we have to think bigger now. We live in a different world. We have different generations now. And I just think about my little sister. She needs to be entertained. Sometimes it takes that to get the message across. Just as long as it's not offensive. But
of course.
I think you do that very, very well. I want to talk about just like what Adia likes to do outside of singing.
Oh, wow. That is such a hard question.
Like, what do you do to take you away from that world, relaxing? Because at the end of the day, you're great at what you do. You're still a woman. So, what do you do?
That is a really hilarious question. Because I'm a little bit of a nerd, so I like to edit.
Okay.
I love my YouTube.
Well, baby, I can send some of this stuff over to you so you can edit it for me.
Send it over. I love to have fun
tickled.
with it.
Yeah.
Are you really tickled?
I'm tickled. For real. I ain't going to say it if I
ain't. I'm sorry. Inside joke, yeah. But I like to vlog and cook and record myself.
Oh, you can cook?
Yeah, I'm vegan. So I like to cook vegan stuff. Hold on, hear me out.
No, I ain't saying nothing. I like a piece of chicken. I wasn't saying nothing.
I made some vegan pot roast for my YouTube recently, and it was so good. You gotta try it. You gotta let me make you something. I'm very clean. Our house is immaculate all the time.
Okay. Gotcha.
But
just throw that out there.
Okay, I'm gonna make you something. You gotta try it, and we have to see whether or not it's a bop or a flop.
Okay. I'm
All
not against it. I actually tried the vegan thing.
Okay.
I said I was going to try it for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And it wasn't bad. I didn't know they had it when I was doing it. Nah, I wasn't doing all that cooking and stuff like that. Because, girl, like, I have somebody to make my meal preps for me.
Yeah.
I be too busy. But when I cook, I cook.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Period.
And so I didn't know they had, like, vegan chicken nuggets.
They do.
Vegan.
Some of it can get interesting.
Rolls. But it was good.
Some of it be really good.
I really liked it. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah. That's actually dope for you to say because a lot of people who don't eat it, they don't be with the imitation stuff out the gate.
Yeah.
I was one
now
of those
some
people.
stuff. Now you're not gonna convince me this
Yes.
What is
some
it called?
Some chicken or some beef or some whatever.
Yeah.
Beef is horrible.
I'd be like, nah, come on now.
Yeah.
Now it gets to a point. But no, I'm happy. I love that. That's what you're doing.
I like to cook and do stuff like that. Yeah.
You do? Okay.
And I like to. What else do I like to do outside of music stuff? I always find myself doing something musical. I like to work out. I love working out. I do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yesterday I went shopping with my friend. We went shopping.
Yeah.
I like that. But see, I'm also kind of like the tomboy. I like to oh, yes, girl, that is so cute. Yes. Then we went in the camera store and I was in there for like 35 minutes talking about gear. And
tickled. Okay, so we know what your area is.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. So it's one thing to be an artist, a singer. What kind of like gave you that push when it came to writing and arranging and things of that sort?
Girl, I think that was just in me. What that mean? When you say gave me that push, help me understand what you mean.
Like what was that happened that made you feel like I can actually write? Like I can actually do this?
You know what? I think I'm gonna be honest. I think I had the more aha moment when I was like, oh, I could actually sing. Because when I was growing up, writing was like my thing. I was writing the songs for all the school. Like I had a song called Red Hot Chili Peppers. I had a song called 2S. It was about my teacher because it was his last day. So I wrote him a song and I sung it at the end. I was like, Megan, happy is my friend.
I'm
Like,
tickled.
yeah, so I always loved writing. I always felt confident in that. I think where I felt most not confident that I had to grow in was my singing. And then honestly, the whole like comfortability or not having to preach when I'm ministering. That was another thing I feel like I really had to like, because I'm not, I don't give like, and God said, like,
Of
that
course,
is that. If I try to do that, girl, they be like, girl.
And that's important. I tell
know?
people all the time, like, be you.
Yes,
be
and I
yourself.
think you get afraid to because the people who I grew up being so inspired by, that's what they did. And I loved it. So I wanted to do that. But I just had to like figure out who am I as a minister as well. Because that is what we're doing, you know? So that was definitely like its own journey. But I feel like I
of course. Because everybody's ministry or ministering style doesn't look the same. And it doesn't sound the same because if it was all the same, it would be a boring genre. You know what I mean? Gospel would be very boring. But it's so many unique people. I think about Doe. I think about, just different people that is for... The uniqueness is so amazing that it's like, gosh, this is a dope genre. You know? And I love the fact that you don't allow people to hold you in a box and that you're confident in who you are and what you do and how you do it because you do it very well.
Thank you, Jekalyn.
Of course. I do my best when I do my best.
And you do your best often.
So, okay, on the way. Exactly. On the way is your single, and we play it all the time on the show. Yes, we do. Baby, that thing, my blessing is on the way. And so she better sing it. Tell us about On the Way.
Yes. Oh, my God. So I love that song, man. I mean, this song was written to just encourage people. You know, girl, one of my favorite Bible verses, we was laughing talking about that earlier in here, but it's like, don't get weary in well doing, for in due season you'll reap if you faint not. And this song is just a constant reminder of whatever you've been believing God for, you know, it is on the way. If God said he was going to do it, he really is. And he meant that when he said it, you know. And so for me, I know a lot of us, especially as creators and ambitious people, or even some of us that just waiting on a bill to be paid or waiting on, you know, something else, like, it's on the way. And so, I love this song. I love it. It encourages me, and I'm glad that it's been encouraging other people.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank y'all for supporting me.
Of course.
I really appreciate that.
Your album, you dropping a new album?
Wow, that's crazy. They putting a lot of information out there.
Oh, it
working
was a secret?
on that.
And ain't no secret no more.
Ain't no secret. I'm working on the album, yes.
Yeah, you don't have to give us much information. I'm that's me. I pop out when I need to pop out.
Okay, period.
Sometimes you just got to pop out on them.
And show them.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you got to pop out.
Yes. So first of all,
went too far.
Thank you for coming by the studio.
Hey,
thank you for
me.
being yourself. And continue to do what you do, you know, be consistent. A lot of people feel like, you know, especially like when you have finally entered into your time. And when you know it's time for you to start doing what you're supposed to do as an artist. Some people, they give up real early, but I'm like, we weren't always where we are now. You know what I'm saying? And your consistency is very inspiring, and so many people are watching it. We have one segment before you go, because I want you to give your social handles and all that good stuff for people to follow you. We have one segment called Morning Motivation. That may not be morning right now, but somebody needs some motivation. Can you just something real quick to encourage them?
Listen, I just want to encourage anybody out here who's been getting weary and well-doing, who's been feeling like all their hard work has been going unseen. God sees you. He loves you. He told you to do it, and you know that it was God that told you to do it. So keep believing God. It's on the way, and whatever you believe in God for, it's going to happen.
Absolutely. Give your social media handles for the people to follow you.
My social media handles are Adia Sings at... Hold on.
I'm tickled.
My social media handles are at Adia Sings, AdiaSings, everywhere.
Yes. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having
Family,
me.
thank you so much for clicking on this video. Make sure you click on the other ones to see who else stopped by the studio as
Period.
well.
Jekalyn loves me the
And
best.
put those notifications on so you can know who else is coming by.
Period.
Anyway, we love y'all so much. Make sure you support Adia. On the way, everything is out.